Hello everyone, welcome to Zylostar, new weekly market update with me, Mr. Amidian and Mr. Sam.
Another week, another news are coming up to the market, and let's see what's going on.
Higher than expected inflation in US, and also Bank of Canada and European Central Bank cut the interest rate. Let's have a look.
So guys, let's take a look regarding the gold and the euro USD analysis in Zylostar strategy. We'll start with the gold market. Gold market is consolidating within a channel, now sitting at support trend line. It may reverse up from this support because it's coming to this area which is support to resistance, and he's testing it within a trend line, trend up. Now it's we can expect a very big movement to the upside, going to this resistance level which is 27, 12, 13, and it may also break our trend line and start continuation in a downtrend. This is regarding the gold market. Let's check the euro USD market. As we know, the euro USD also is in the downtrend, like the gold is in uptrend and the euro USD is in a downtrend, and now he's breaking the channel which is the downtrend channel, and so we expect it to move up till resistance here which is 1.05415. So that's our expectation, and see you guys next week.
All right, everyone, let's kick right into it, starting with the dollar index. As we can see, there is some strength in the dollar throughout the past week. And we can see that it's consolidating between the range of 107.5 and 105.5. So we can expect the dollar to continue going up, retesting this resistance. And from here, dollar might find supply and go back to retest the support level of 105 approximately. Now, going to NASDAQ, also NASDAQ has consolidated a little bit. We still are expecting it to retrace a trend line of the bullish trend before a continuation in an upward momentum. Now, going to Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually is finding a solid resistance at the levels of 102. Right? From here, we might see Bitcoin retracing after breaking below this trend line of the ascending channel. It has done a break and a retest, and from here, it might go to retrace the level of 92,000 again. Now, there is actually a possibility because of the Marubozu patterning. We can see some solid bullish momentum. We might see a breakout to the upside, especially after the liquidity grab previously at early December. Now, from here, we are looking for an upward momentum in Bitcoin, but we never want to buy from resistance, right? So wait for a retracement or for a breakouts, because even here we are having not a perfect form, but a decently formed bull flag. Right, so from here we might expect a pullback and look for a buy opportunities at the levels of 92, 94,000 per Bitcoin.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing great. This is Masoud Amidian. I'm Senior Fundamental Analyst at Zylostar head office, which is located in Dubai. Let's have a brief summary about last week in financial markets and also how a look at the upcoming week. Last week was a little bit crowded and we had different meetings by the central banks like European Central Bank and Bank of Canada. So European Central Bank decided to cut the interest rate by 0.25 percentage point as expected by the market participants. In the monetary policy statement, they mentioned that the risk of sticky inflation has gone and now the risk of lower economic growth appeared. Later, Christine Lagarde, the president of the central bank, had a speech and she mentioned that the main focus is not more on inflation side, and now we care about economic activities also. So all together put pressure on euro, and euro got depreciated. Also, we had the meeting of the Bank of Canada for the interest rate decision, and they decided to cut the interest rate from 3.75 basis point to to 3.25 basis point, or better to say they cut the interest rate by 0.5%. And in the monetary policy, it was, better to say, monetary policy statement, it was like the European Central Bank. And in the speech, the Macklem said that the inflation is in the past, which we want for the upcoming months. Also from the US, we got the CPI number, or better to say consumer price index, on 11th of December, which was Wednesday, and it published 2.7% yearly, or better to say annually. And it published a little bit more than expected from the super core inflation. And also we got the PPI number and initial jobless claims for the US at 5:30 on 12th of December, which was Thursday. And PPI officially published more than expected and also more than the previous numbers. And initial jobless claims was the first time in the last 3 months which published higher than expected and also higher than 240k. By the way, it published 242,000. Eventually we got the GDP number for the UK, and it released 0.1% on the negative side, and it was shocking for the financial markets, and it led Great British Pound to face some pressures in the financial market. So let's have a look for the upcoming week. So next week is also gonna be a little bit crowded from the economic indicators and economic calendars. So I wanna start it with 16th of December, which is Monday. On Monday, we are gonna receive the Purchasing Managers Index, or better to say PMI numbers, for both of manufacturing and services side of the European countries like France, Germany, and other countries like UK, and finally US. Later we are gonna receive the CPI number for the Canada at 5:30 p.m. and also have a speech from the governor, or better to say chairman of the Bank of Canada, who is Macklem, at 12:20 a.m. to UAE time frame. And eventually we are gonna receive the core retail sales and retail sales, which is one of the best economic indicator to show the consumer strength in the United States. So on 11th of December, we are gonna have the most vital economic indicator, but say the most vital event of the next week, which is the FOMC meeting and FOMC economic projection. This week is gonna be a little different than the other FOMC meetings, and we are gonna have the economic projection and also dot plot for the next week. And we are gonna have later the press conference of the Jerome Powell. And on 19th of December, on Thursday, we are gonna have the monetary policy statement of the Bank of Japan. Last week they decided and they mentioned that they're hesitating for cutting the interest rate. It doesn't have any expenses on our shoulders, and it's pretty normal if we are not gonna cut the interest rate. And let's see what they will decide about the interest rate. And also from the UK, we are gonna have the meeting of the Bank of England and monetary policy summary. Let's see what they will decide about the interest rate after receiving a shocking number of the GDP. Last week we got, as I mentioned earlier. So about the US, we are gonna have the final GDP quarterly and also initial jobless claims, one of the best economic indicator to show the strength of the employment sector. Or better say, it's the best leading indicator for the employment side. And eventually on Friday, which is 20th of December, we are gonna have the retail sales for the UK and core retail sales and retail sales for the Canadian dollar, and finally core PC index and PC index, one of the best and most favorite economic indicator from the inflation side for the Federal Reserve. And let's see how it will be published. So don't forget, in this period of time when you have many news regarding to the economic indicators, always care about it and stay cautious. Don't forget, if you want to increase your success rate in financial market, always mix the fundamental and technical together. The result would be amazing.
Thanks guys for watching us. Don't forget to subscribe, likes and comments.